What up, peeps? Welcome back to the flip side. It's the last Mega Man review in the classic series that I'll be reviewing. It's Mega Man 11. We're gonna get into it. I once again skipped the intro because it's very lengthy. Basically, if I can fast forward, I will get to where I want to be. Basically, it revealed that Dr. Wily's biggest motivation for being Dr. Light's greatest enemy is that he had this double gear mechanism that he wanted the Science Institution to help him work on. And it was basically to where their power and speed could be enhanced, but it would damage the robots. And instead, they went for Dr. Light's free-thinking robots project, which honestly, I'm kind of on Dr. Wily's side. Free-thinking robots. I mean, how many movies have been made about that? Honestly, how many movies have been made where free-thinking robots have almost led to the downfall of man? Just saying. Once again, well, ever since Mega Man 8, and then we went back to 8-bit. Now we're back to high-definition graphics, and it's the best the series has ever looked so far. The music is mid. Okay, it's mid. It's this, like, techno stuff, and it's just kind of bland, right? It doesn't really have the soul of the other Mega Man tracks besides Dr. Wily's Revenge. That music was absolutely boring, and Mega Man 2 on the Game Boy as well. That was kind of atrocious. The weapons, they're okay. I mean, some of them are useful. And another thing I'll mention is that a new thing that they did was give Mega Man a costume for each weapon that he gets, so he kind of changes up his design based on what he's going to use. Basically, before I get into weapons, I'll say that the Robot Masters are actually quite interesting besides Blockman and Bounce Man. Who asked for Bounce Man? He's a big giant, like, ball that bounces around and shoots bouncy balls. Like, who asked for this? And then Blockman, he's this, like, clumsy, like, dude that bounces around and throws blocks. Like, the only other thing he does is transform into a big giant... Oh, give me a break. Anyway, he transforms into a big giant monster and throws blocks. So, that's about it. I'd say the weapons are interesting, right? Bounce Man, you saw what that just did. It throws bouncy balls across the whole screen and they bounce off walls. And then you have Fuse Man here. And he basically does Plug Ball 2.0 from Mega Man 9. And then Tundra Man, his weapon is like some kind of ice thing, and you can enhance it to where it's basically a screen nuke. And then Torch Man basically launches a fireball into the air, and then it dives down, and you can enhance that so it fires like 3 balls down to the ground. And then you have Blast Man, which he can fire like remote bombs. Like, you can aim them kind of like the black hole bomb, and then you can combine some bombs to make a huge explosion. And then you got Block Man, who just allows you to summon blocks from the ceiling that fall to the ground. And then you have Acid Man, who actually gives you an acid shield and lets you shoot acid blobs. And then lastly, Impact Man. Basically, he gives you Pluto's attack from Mega Man 9. I mean, not Mega Man 9. Mega Man 5 on the Game Boy. And here's the thing, all of those weapons can be amplified to be even stronger. Like I said, Tundra Man's weapon can basically turn into a screen nuke. So, here's the thing about the bosses. Actually, before I get into the bosses, let's just get into the stage. Okay, the stage design. First of all, let me just say that the stages are way too long. And for normal mode, a lot of this stuff is very difficult. Like, I feel like it's almost just as difficult as Mega Man 9 or any of the Game Boy games. Okay, the difficulty is ramped up here. And I know there's like 5 or like 4 different difficulties that you can choose from, but for normal mode, surprisingly, it's challenging. Okay. A lot of the stages have similar gimmicks, and a lot of the stages have regular gimmicks to where they just go too far. Like, within the first 5 minutes, you'll understand what the gimmick of the stage is. And then once you feel like you want to be done, there's some parts where it's like, okay, we're finally done. And then you walk into another room and it's like, we're not done. Like, I thought we were going to the boss door. So, and the one thing I notice is that a lot of the stages have this part where the wall is closing in from the left side and you have to make it in time all the way to the end of the room. And some of the stages just have that thing, and it's like, oh, here we go, we're doing that thing again. It's like the Yoku block section, and surprisingly, there's barely any Yoku block sections. Let me just say that. I mean, that's basically it. The double gear system, I am not impressed with. I really hope they don't bring that back. Or if they bring that back in Mega Man Dual Override, then they improve it. Because oftentimes the stages get difficult to where it feels like it almost feels like you have to use it. There's some enemies that just take too long to kill unless you have the power gear activated. And sometimes when the walls are closing in from one side of the stage, like sometimes you have to use your speed gear, and it's like, can I just play the game? Like, can I just play the game? But alas, you get through, and then you get to the boss battle, and I'll tell you, it's challenging. Okay, first of all, you step into the boss, they're doing their thing, you have to figure out their pattern, and then halfway through, they activate their power gear, and half of them have power gear and the other half use the speed gear. And it's like, okay, so I'm trying to figure out how to beat this guy, and then now I have to figure out his attacks with the gear system. Like, it's very challenging. And it's almost as challenging as Mega Man 9 and Mega Man 7. I think I've said that before. But I don't want to spend too long on this video because I almost had as much fun as... No, I had probably as much fun as I had playing Mega Man 8. And that's not saying much for this game because... I wanted it to be over halfway through my playthrough, and then we finally got to the Wily stages. And let me just say, it's very short. It's probably one of the shortest Wily castles in the series. Now, I understand the Game Boy games had very brief Wily castles. But for this game to not be a Game Boy game, oh, give me a break. The Wily stages were surprisingly short. Usually you get about 3 to 4 stages. In the Wily Castle, it's, stage 1, stage 2, and then you have the Robot Master rematch section. And then you have usually a very brief stage leading to the Wily boss. And usually, before the Robot Master rematch section, there's a bit of a stage. There's barely anything. Barely anything. Okay? And I'm not talking like, if there's a few rooms you have to get through. No, there's like a couple. So, yeah. I want to share... Whoa, what is this? Okay. I want to share one final thing about this game, but before I do, I just want to say, Capcom, please don't bring back the voice acting. I don't know what your problem is. You can never get good voice acting. It's like the dialogue is corny, and all the designs, like all the character designs, like I'm looking at the animations because there's cutscenes throughout the stages, and I'm just like, is this the best we could do? Like, I'm sick of the cutesy pootsy, childish stuff. Okay, can we get animation like we did in Mega Man 7 or something like that? Because what am I playing? A freaking Disney Junior game? That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I was like, skip, 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 skip. Okay, back to the stage. So that's about it. They really got to change up the animation style and the designs and the dialogue, because I just wanted to get through it. I was like, is this the best they could do? Is this the best they could do for new Mega Man? So, one last thing I'll share is that after you beat Dr. Wily, a very interesting conversation is had between Dr. Light and Dr. Wily. Dr. Light is standing behind Mega Man. He's like, hey, Wily, you can always come back and be a force for good. I'll forgive you. I know you can change. It's possible. And Dr. Wily still is like, nope, I'm stuck in my ways. So I thought that was very interesting. That's an original scene. This is the first time we ever get a scene where, we try to convince Dr. Wily, maybe it doesn't have to be this way forever, but alas, villains are going to be villains, right? Dr. Wily's been doing this over 10 times. You think he's going to change? Not very likely. So, let's get to the tier list. Alright, so we're at the tier list, right? I'm gonna put Mega Man 11 in B tier next to Mega Man 8. I know. The fans can't decide whether they like this game or not. It's got too many issues. The voice acting and the character design and the animation needs to go. I do not need my characters talking to me, okay? Just give me some words on a screen with some still images or something. Or do what Mega Man 7 did, which is to just have the words in the speech bubbles. I don't want to hear them talk. The last time we heard them talk was Mega Man 8. Okay? The very forceful gear system, the length of the stages, at least for the Robot Masters, the castle being too brief for the Dr. Wily stages, the music was mid. I know they tried to modernize things with the techno music, but no. No, come on. Even Mega Man 7's soundtrack and Mega Man 8's soundtrack was better. And heck, even Mega Man 5 for the Game Boy had a better soundtrack. That's about it. Oh yeah, and another thing. Some enemies are too annoying to deal with unless you have the double gear system. And the stages were too gimmicky. Some good things about this game. It's the best it's ever looked. It feels good to play, right? Mega Man, we have our charge. Mega Man has his charge shot and his slide. Okay, cool. I remember last time we got to play as Proto Man and Bass. What happened to that? Oh yeah, really cool robot masters and weapons. That's it. Not enough to even go in A tier. I mean, it's a Mega Man game. It has enough, right? It's right up to the line where you can accept it as a average Mega Man game. But that's about it. I don't want to even take too long on this video because I didn't even enjoy Mega Man 11 that much. Capcom, especially when it comes to Mega Man, is the king of missed potential platforming. It's just the way it is. When it hits, and it's like smoking a joint. I've never smoked a joint, but you get what I'm saying. And when it's low, it's low. So, I hate to end this review series on such a mid note, but it is what it is. That's how I feel. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Probably didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it. I just wanted to get this video out to end the series. And with all that said, without a further ado, I will see you all next time back on the flip side. If I could stop stuttering, that'd be great. Tell me to stop stuttering in the comments, please. My brain thinks faster than the words coming out of my mouth sometimes. It's just the way it is. My brain just is so fast.